Okay, looks like I might get a little bit of a dry spell here to get this camera installed. So, I just got my battery box up here so I can get a temporary power source before I start drilling through the roof. I think I want to put the camera right up on top of the roof here, right in the center, so I have a good view of the whole area behind the rig. Yeah, just right up in the center, right on the roof rail there. Okay, let's go check the truck. I got the display plugged into my cigarette lighter. See if we got some footage here. Oh yeah, there we go. So that looks pretty good. Same thing here, I just have it temporarily plugged into the cigarette lighter there. But I think what I'm going to do in the truck here is the thing comes with a suction cup mount, so I'll probably use it on the window there and have it set just about here, so when I'm driving it's not really blocking any of my view, but I'll be able to see what's going on behind me. Same with backing up. And then I'm going to run the wires, hide the wires, and probably wire them in below. I'll find some 12 volt power that comes on when the truck turns on, and wire it straight in, because I like to have my lighter socket for other things. I'm also going to have my dash cam. My dash cam will probably sit up here somewhere, and it'll need power too, so I'll get some power up to the dash area. But first I'm going to install, well, I have a dry day here, I'm going to install the rear backup camera up on the roof there and run it in and catch some power inside the rig. So up on the roof here, see where I'm going to mount the camera, and I'm going to install myself a little junction box here so I can run the wiring in there, and then it can go down through a hole into the rig. The reason I want a junction box is I'm also going to be installing shortly a cellular antenna for a booster, and I'm going to that'll mount onto my ladder rail there, so I'll run another wire over for that. So I thought it best just to put in a junction box for those two items. So now I just have to make a hole in the roof. So I got myself a very long 1/8 inch drill bit, so that I can slowly go through the roof there and hopefully tap through into the cabinets in the back of the rig there. Okay, there we go. Up in my cabinet there. Now I'll be able to drill both ways and hopefully fish the wires down through. Cool. Okay, so just tape the wires I want to feed through onto this long drill bit. We'll fish it down through, pull it through. Find the other hole. It's kind of a cavity in between. There we go. So I got my junction box in place, gooped underneath. So that's a nice, well-sealed hole there. And I've mounted my little bracket to hold the camera. They give you a little foam gasket, which I put underneath, and that's really snugged down good and tight because it's into that end rail there. So that should be good. So now I'll just finish off by applying a liberal coating to die-core coating to all the screws and around the seams and stuff. Looking good. Well, it's turned out to be not a bad fall day here on Vancouver Island, and I got my roof work done. So got her all back together and cleaned up, camera mounted, and like I say, I've got a new cell antenna here. Won't be very long. I'll have a video out on that installation too. That's going to really improve our cell coverage. But continuing on with the camera install, next up is to get into the rig and hook up a 12 volt power source for it, and then finish up the install in the truck. Okay, let's go. Try not to fall down here. Okay, for 12 volt power for that backup camera, I've pulled off the main control panel here in the Cougar, and with my multimeter I've found a 12 volt source. You can see the red wire right here. That's going into a lighting circuit, and then the black wire here is going into a ground circuit, and that's going in to a 12 volt. 12 volts, it's kind of like, you know, a power plug in a car, cigarette lighter type deal. And I cut a little hole in the side of my inside my cabinet here, and that's going to sit in there and provide power for my backup camera. There's where the power wire comes down from the roof, and I just attached it along the back there, and then it'll plug right into that power outlet that I made. Perfect. So when I want to turn off the camera, say I don't want to use any power, or we come to a campground or we're boondocking, I can just unplug that and that'll shut down the power. Just make sure it's still working here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's mount that in the truck now. Here we are in the truck. I've decided to mount it using the suction cup mount. I think that'll be best because when I'm not towing the trailer, I'm not going to really want this on the dash. So I'll be able to pull it off and put it away. Also, if I'm in a sketchy area and I think someone's going to break in to steal it, I can just pop it off. You can see where I mounted it there. This is about my field of vision, so it's not going to block anything as far as seeing out the window. It did come with a couple other different mounts though, so you could mount it up high like this. I guess you could go up into the visor there, or there's another flexible mount there, or adjustable mount. But this is the way I'm going to go, and so I'm going to run. Already ran a set of power wires down. I'm going to hide it through this seam in my dash, and I've decided to attach it to the power for the light of my transmission gauge. So what will happen is when I turn on my lights, I'll get power to my camera. So when I'm towing, I like to have all my lights on anyway, so it won't be a problem. So when I hook up and I'm ready to go and tow, I'll turn on my lights, and my dash cam, or my backup camera should come on there. Okay, so just got to pull this off. On the back of here I have power and ground, so let me hook that up and we'll give her a test. You could always hide it behind the dash. There we go. So now it's off as soon as I turn on my lights. Flash is on. And there we go. We got a backup camera. Also a rear view mirror for the back of the trailer. Awesome.